And welcome to another episode of Does This Podcast Suck? This is episode 44. I am your host, Webhead. And as always, we have Kyle.
Yep.
And MT.
Glimmer!
Oh, no.
I couldn't help it, sorry.
So, this week, for once, a lot of cool shit going on. We're going to have 2 weeks of cool shit. This week is like the week where they announce all the cool shit for E3, and so is next week, and then we'll actually have E3, so maybe even 3 weeks of cool shit. So the major thing here, Fallout 4 has been announced for reals. There's a trailer and everything. And it's beautiful.
On E3, they'll just be like, JK.
Dreams crushed everywhere. So they, what was it, like last Monday, I think, they put up a teaser that just said, please stand by. And then they put up a video that starts with that and then just pans out. Pretty awesome. It looks like Fallout. I guess one of the main things that we know so far is that it takes place in Boston, and we're also seeing some like before the war stuff going on too, so people are thinking maybe you'll get to see some of that or even play it, but I don't know, we're not sure yet. But all in all, it looks, it looks pretty good too. It's only video so far, but it's Fallout. It's not going to look like, Doom 4 or anything, but still. And also, particularly great is so far they in the video itself it said it's only coming out for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So no last gen release, which means it's pretty much just going to be better all around.
That's what I'm saying too. Like somebody had a source there that said that for sure is not last gen.
Which is fucking awesome because it's time to move on. I'm tired of things being held back.
Even beyond that, like Skyrim barely ran on the last gen stuff when it was current gen. So
right.
I seriously doubt this would work in any decent capacity.
Right. So it's definitely time to move on. So I was extremely pleased to see no last gen, which means, they can turn up the graphics and make the bigger environments. And some of the stuff they're showing looks pretty awesome. Zooming out on, building rooftops, and it looks, it's going to be Fallout. One of the theories too was maybe like you're someone that got frozen before the war or something. So that would be cool too. And there's a dog. Everyone knows that games are better with dogs.
It worked for Call of Duty Ghosts.
Oh, wait. Whoops. That's probably the best part about that game.
Probably.
So, I am super fucking hyped for that. Choo-choo, motherfuckers! I loved Fallout 3. That game, came out of nowhere for me. I'd never heard of Fallout before that, really. That game was extremely fun, and I've heard New Vegas is really good. I have it, I just haven't really played it a lot. It's it's basically Fallout 3 with apparently better writing. So, of course, that whole thing was a big drama. If anyone remembers that, apparently it makes you wonder why they signed a contract that basically said they'd get a bonus if their game got above an 85 on Metacritic, which was I don't think that I would sign a contract that lets my bonus ride on some external authority on fucking gaming reviews.
Yeah, that's really weird.
How about you just go by sales numbers and not the fucking rating? Who cares what it's rated? How many did it sell? As long as it's not getting 6s and 7s. So that whole thing was crazy. I still can't believe that. So incredibly shitty.
Game companies put too much, not pressure, but too much value in outside reviews to some extent.
Something that's just not, it's a fucking number. It doesn't even really mean anything.
Well, with the Tomb Raider thing, it didn't sell according to the way they wanted to, so they're upset.
Yeah, that's because they're stupid.
But it's selling better than every Tomb Raider game ever.
Yeah.
Oh God, yes.
But it didn't sell like Final Fantasy. Yeah, no shit. The fuck did you expect? is going to find... You're just going to pull a new audience out of your asses of millions of people? Like, Jesus, guys. So, anyway, super exciting. I cannot wait to see what they reveal at E3. That's going to be very exciting, especially since they have their own conference, so they can only have so much to show. Because Bethesda, I guess that's going to be Fallout 4 and Doom 4 at the very least, right?
I think
Bethesda
so.
Owns id, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
That conference is going to be sweet.
And that's the
When
first
is that?
one.
Is that the Sunday one? Sunday
Yep.
before?
I think it's Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific time.
Let's look at the old E3 2015 schedule article. Yep, 7 p.m. Pacific.
And where is that article? I can't say I've heard of that yet.
Well, it's on businessgamesuck.com. Thank
Oh,
you for
wow.
asking, MT.
That sounds like a great place.
Oh, man.
But yeah.
I'll be sure to tell my friends about it.
I genuinely do actually keep looking here because I keep fucking forgetting, and trying to navigate IGN's site makes me want to rip my fucking hair out. So,
Sounds about right.
fortunately, there's not very many articles to look through on our site.
Is IGN still a normal website? I thought it was just a Wikipedia page now.
Well, it's pretty much just like our site. They just have 10 times as much shit on it.
Well, they've been going fucking for like 20 years now, so yes, I imagine they would.
Well, I just mean on a daily basis because they actually get paid.
And they have people other than me, you, to work on it, that's why.
Yeah, exactly. And we're not getting paid, so we don't care enough.
I'd say we do it for the love, but then that means we don't love video games very much because we don't put much
We
content up
love
there.
playing them. That's why we do a podcast for an hour and then fuck off to play video games.
Pretty much.
So,
And to be fair, we have trouble doing even that.
well, that's because somebody gets off at some ungodly hour of the night.
We normally do the podcast on Sunday.
Yeah, well,
Some of us are too busy leveling up our Destiny characters to care.
yeah. That Iron Banner.
You say that, but you weren't on Sunday. You slept.
No, I
Whatever.
was doing stuff during
I'm
the day.
tired.
But that's neither here nor there. Shut up.
I have a girlfriend, I have a life.
So, in other interesting news, actually, I am extremely surprised by this. Actually, two things. One, this article is by that guy that used to write for Penny Arcade, Ben Kuchera. It's interesting. I think I've already mentioned that once before. I didn't know he went to Polygon. Anyway, secondly, Valve is now offering refunds on Steam. No bullshit. No, this is your fucking one and only time. I swear to God, if you ever ask again, I'll kill you. None of those. It's just straight up. You have 14 days to do it. You can just request it. As far as I'm aware, it's automated. And if you've played less than 2 hours. So within 14 days, if you've played less than 2 hours. And if you don't fall within those automated guidelines, you can still request one through, like a ticket. And, somebody will actually manually review it.
I've been playing Skyrim for 100 hours. Can I get a refund, please?
Yeah. I don't like this game. God, imagine if they'd had that when they instituted the paid mods.
Oh, man.
That would have been bad. And it applies to DLC if you buy it through Steam. And then obviously if you haven't bought it through Steam, they're not going to refund you. So, but yeah, 14 days, 2 hours of game time. Pretty nice, especially because it's automated. And that's cool because everyone knows that Steam support is slow and terrible. Although when they do respond, if you get a person that's paying attention, apparently they, are nice. But I think I'd rather have EA's support. I know. But their support
No,
is
you
fucking
wouldn't.
awesome. The few times I've had to deal with Origin support, they're quick and there's no bullshit. So say what you will, but at least the fucking people do support. Valve's support structure is essentially non-existent.
Oh, isn't there support pretty much just people at the company who had nothing better to do at the time?
Yeah, and that's why it's terrible.
So there's probably one guy in a broom closet. They trade off every week.
You have to do it. Fuck!
I did it last week.
Jeez, customer service is the worst. I wouldn't want to fucking do that.
Especially for Steam.
Oh god, I can't even imagine the fucking entitlement there.
Neckbeards abound.
I bought this game for 20 cents. I demand support.
I wonder if they'll like have some sort of hold during or a week or two before Steam sales, so people can't buy a game not on sale, like return it because it's on sale.
Someone had asked a question about that, and it's pretty much you're perfectly okay buying it, returning it, and then buying it again during a sale. Like they were fine with that, I believe.
Huh.
Which is weird. You think they would just refund you because that would cost them less money in the long run? In processing fees and stuff?
Just refund the difference.
Yeah, that's what everyone else does. It's so... They're weird. Whatever. Whatever. At least they have fucking refunds now. I don't care how they want to waste money on processing fees. That probably somehow works out well for me anyway. But, yeah. They got refunds. I am really surprised to see it finally happen. I was hoping it was inevitable, but you never know with Valve. Half-Life 3, etc. God only knows. And then in other Valve news, they also announced the Steam controller is up for pre-order. The Steam Link, which is like something like a cross between like an Amazon Fire and a Chromecast thing. It's a little Steam box thingy, just tiny little thing. There's no gaming hardware inside. It's purely for streaming shit via Steam. We know basically dick other than that. No idea what it does. I also think there's a typo on the hardware specs page because it says it's got wired 100 megabit Ethernet, which is horrendously slow compared to everything else because it's got fucking wireless AC, USB 3.0, or no. Oh, no, they're 2.0 ports. Bluetooth 4.0, it's just weird. That's got to be wrong. But, yeah, so the new Steam Link box, $50, like a fancy Chromecast for streaming shit, and then the new Steam controller, which still looks super weird. Not sure. I know George is going to buy one. He already did, which I laughed. I was like, yeah, I knew you would. I definitely need to get my hands on this and try it before I buy one, because they're fucking weird looking, and I don't know. It would be nice to have a wireless controller that works natively with shit. Because I've been trying to use my PS4 controller over Bluetooth in Windows 7, and I want to fucking kill myself every time I try. Windows 7 has the worst Bluetooth stack on earth. It's like, why did you even put this in here? It's fucking terrible. I'll like go to hit the button, it'll turn on for like 10 seconds and then turn off because, I don't know, fuck you, I guess. I don't even know. It's weird too because it works fine on Windows 8. Go figure, right? The one everyone hates is the one that works better. And then they've also announced separately actual Steam machines, which, I mean, basically it's just computers that come with a controller and run Steam. I think they all run Steam OS.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do.
So yeah, I think that was their whole thing. Unless some random ass company is like, you know what? Nah.
Yeah, it is. Which
I'm sure there was at least one.
Obviously, the library is a bit limited, but they've been making some leaps and strides with Linux. So gaming, thank God. The more shit we pull away from Windows, honestly, the better. What would really make me happy would be to see EA start to support it, because I have no problem installing Origin on Linux or whatever. At this point, I have 16 fucking gigs of RAM. If I have to have a few clients running, whatever. And Origin isn't terrible. At this point, it seems like fucking everyone is going to be putting out a client. Good Old Games has a client. Origin has a client. Ubisoft has a terrible client because everything they make is terrible and they should be ashamed of themselves. Although I heard the company that owns Desura is going out of business or something.
I believe it already did. I remember hearing about that on Friday, and I think since then it's been...
Yeah, Desura's owner is filed for bankruptcy. Brings us to our next topic. Now that I think about it. That's kind of sad. There's not really much to talk about, I guess. They failed. The company that owns them failed. They went bankrupt. Named the company's name Bad Juju. Named the lack of payments to developers on their own lack of automated payment systems. They blamed that on their CEO being in the hospital and no one else having clearance to sign things up. which really just tells
Wow.
you that the company is poorly managed.
Yeah.
And now another excuse, bankruptcy. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, I've never even really used Asura. Seemed kind of meh.
I've only heard the name really and never really knew what it was.
I've been in it, you know. You like looked at it a little bit. Didn't really. I've never spent any money there. God forbid. I've really just seen it. I don't really. It's I don't know.
Isn't
I
it mostly
probably
for
would buy things there.
Isn't it for like indie stuff mostly? I think.
Yeah, which I'd much rather get it from Humble Bundle or Good Old Games or Steam. I mean, whatever. Also sucky too, because that's the parent company for the Indie Royale bundles. So that's as well. So, oh well, I guess. So much for that. So in happier, well, no, not really happier news. A correction from last week. This is why I hate reporting on fucking rumors. I should have known better. The new Nintendo thing's not going to run Android. I wasn't really convinced that it was going to anyway. But, you know, we were like, that's kind of cool. It's not. Which isn't particularly surprising because they're Japanese and they don't ever use anything from America. Because it's Nintendo. And they have to make their own everything always.
I
I thought that was odd.
Like, wherever the rumor came from, it was like originated in Japan, and somebody just like did a really shitty translation, and it was actually somebody talking about how they'd have an Android app for the system, like you know everybody else does, and then Nintendo would actually be excited about that.
We have a second screen thing, except you don't need a stupid fat fucking controller to use it. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. That'd be kind of funny.
It just sounds like something that would happen.
That's sad. But probably true. The article pretty much... that's really all that it is. Not a whole lot going on there. So, not happening. Not really surprising. And this is why we usually avoid rumors. At least rumors that don't have hard proof. Also, rumors coming out of Japan are just almost... It seems like more than half the time it's wrong, and it's probably like you said, because people are really bad at translating. It's, you know, I've read articles before, even from things that aren't in Japanese, where someone read something and it's like, where the fuck are you getting this?
Yeah.
I read what you read, and you're like off in fucking meth and in marijuana land, because I don't know what the fuck is going on.
It was like the whole thing with Sony getting all those patents.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh my god, they bought them out just to shut it down.
They fucking just jump to conclusions based on nothing. Yeah. I hate that. It's so annoying. Like, don't...
Pretty much what the internet is made of, though. So.
It is. The internet is made of conjecture and bullshit. I try to avoid that, you know? Because I'll see Shade post something like, oh, there's Dark Souls 3 is rumored. And I'm just like...
But Dark Souls 3 is coming.
Yeah, well, still. It's from some, like, site I've never heard of, and, they found it on, like, fucking Reddit, because we know how reliable Reddit is. And it's just like...
One of those things, too, like, anybody can say that, and there's, like, probably, like, 75% chance it's true because of how popular the series is.
Well, and that's the other thing. It's like, oh, they're going to make a sequel to this very popular game. Well, yeah, but everything else you said is horseshit.
Like, how long have people been
making a bunch of guesses?
How long has there been shit about, there's going to be a Fallout 4? Well, of course there's eventually going to be a Fallout 4.
Although they were right, it's in Boston. So that particular leak may have been true.
There's supposed to be, like, stuff in the other games that, like, kind of hinted to them going there or whatever.
Possibly.
I don't know. I've never actually played one, so...
I feel like that might be true. I think I remember hearing that.
There's, like, a couple of quests or something like that.
I don't remember. It's been a while.
I've never played more than an hour of any of those games.
I've never played any at all.
I hate you guys.
I haven't. I want to play them. It's one of those things I need time for.
I'm sorry, I didn't find it interesting.
Yeah,
I personally, everyone loses their fucking shit about New Vegas, but I liked Fallout 3. And it's so cheap now, too.
And I'm one of those people who, like, there's no way I'm going to play any of them until, I need to play the originals first. It's not going to happen otherwise.
Oh, no. You don't play the originals.
No,
it doesn't have nothing to do with the new ones at all.
Doesn't matter.
But it's not the same type of game. I mean, you can if you really want. I'm just saying it's not the same kind of game.
Like, I would be playing
Fallout
Witcher 3 right now if I didn't need to play the first two.
That's not the same thing. Like, that's part of the same series, the same gameplay, everything is the same. Like, Fallout, the first Fallout games are literally not even remotely in any way close to this. Like, they're more like Diablo than a first-person shooter.
The first Witcher game is a lot like Diablo.
I'm just saying.
They're not like that anymore.
They're not the same. I'm not to say that's bad or anything. I haven't really played them, but I know they're very different. What you're getting more with this series is like the atmosphere and all the stuff in the world, and that, you know, that's fairly consistent. But the gameplay itself, it's just not even. But, you know, whatever. You probably have them free from when Good Old Games had them.
Yep.
As do I. Those being the only games that I have on Good Old Games, I think. Fallout, Fallout 2, Fallout Tactics, and a bunch of weird shit that I never actually downloaded, but they stuck in my library anyway. Not really sure why that is. So, yeah, anyway. So there's also some... Basically, the Xbone and the PS4 1 terabyte versions are both coming, which...
Hooray.
Not really a surprise to anybody.
Nope.
Nor is it particularly exciting. It's good, you know. Yeah. It's always good to do that because 500 gigs is cutting it a bit tight. But at least the PS4 has an upgradable hard drive, so you got an Xbone, you're fucked. Sorry. Better buy a new one.
I'm sure there's some sort of like weird ass workaround for it.
Yeah, some sort of warranty voiding way of doing it, I'm sure. Yeah.
Or like an overly expensive like proprietary thing. Oh yeah.
Some $200 accessory. Fucking Microsoft. Actually, I'm curious.
There actually is.
I bet there isn't even an official one.
They'll come out with one 2 years from now.
Yeah. You know what? I think that you can plug in an internal hard drive. Yeah, you can use an external hard drive. Still, not exactly ideal. Like, I'd much rather be using, like, a real hard drive, you know? Like, I want one inside using internal stuff. Although, I do believe it does at least use USB 3.0, so at least you got that going for you. Probably fast enough for just a normal mechanical drive anyway. At least you can do it. I still prefer the PS4's way of doing it. So whatever. But yeah, those are both on the horizon, which is, good. And it appears they're both going to cost the same. Like, I don't think you actually have to pay more. I think that's just going to be the new thing. Because the leaked Xbox one just had it at the same price, $400. Although, has it officially dropped to $399 or $349 or whatever?
I don't know that it has. It's just like permanently on sale.
Yeah, like it is. Like, you go to Amazon and it's none of them sell for more than $350.
Yeah, I don't ever remember seeing like an official price drop announcement or anything.
Well, there was one that was only supposed to be temporary, but yeah.
Maybe that's why. Fine. Maybe they're going to make the 1 terabyte one the standard, and they'll just kind of stop producing the smaller one.
Definitely a possibility. Weird. Wonder how much they sell these for on GameStop. Xbox One system. Website is slow and terrible, and I hate it. There we go. Slowly but surely. Halo 1, the Master Chief Collection bundle, $349.99 new. Yeah, that's straight up $350. Huh. That's interesting. It's funny. Amazon does that dick thing where they put, this is the list price, and it's always like not really the real price that anyone charges, which is funny. Like going to the grocery store and they're like, oh, the soda's normally $6 for a 12-pack. Like, when has it ever been that much? No one has ever in the history of Earth paid $6 for a fucking 12-pack.
You can always go the extra dick move mile and be like the grocery store here where they do that. And then after like a year or so, it actually becomes that price.
For like a week.
And they're just like,
probably I think they have like a law about you have to actually sell it for that price at some point.
Well, no.
For a certain amount of time.
Like a 2-liter here now is like 50 cents more expensive base price than it used to be.
No,
they did that shit.
That's just because fuck you.
Pretty much.
So, anyway. All right, so moving along. There are some rumors about the Destiny expansion, although they're not really rumors anymore because even IGN's reporting it. Someone had leaked some stuff on Reddit. And then we've had little bits and pieces, but there was a marketing sheet leaked to Kotaku who... I kind of hate to try to report this because it's fucking Kotaku and they're terrible. Everyone knows they're terrible. I just like to take a minute to say the website is shit. And I'm kind of mad at myself that I clicked on this link to them. Yes, I'd rather give IGN traffic than Kotaku. That's how terrible they are. Anyway, they've got a leaked marketing sheet. The game's supposed to launch September 15th. The expansion, I mean, it's supposed to be $40. It's a hefty fucking price. Main thing is going to offer a subclass for all characters. Well, okay. Maybe not hefty compared to the lackluster piece of shit DLC we've gotten thus far. But for the amount of content it will inevitably contain, I'm going to bet it's going to be fairly lackluster.
That's the place where I'm worried, because, that's the average price for an expansion anymore, or more in some fucking cases.
Well, let's contrast this expansion with a Blizzard expansion. A Blizzard expansion is like a fucking game.
Well, Diablo
say what you will about Blizzard. Hey, that expansion was pretty big still, though.
It was one act. It was more than I was expecting, but it was one act.
I guess. I'm thinking more. I guess I was thinking more like StarCraft.
StarCraft, yeah.
That's a fucking expansion. That game. Ooh.
That was a lot. Expansions were really big too, but
that's
now they've started charging $50 for those. So fuck you, I guess.
Well, yeah, they got you by the balls. What are you gonna do? Not buy it?
I didn't buy it. That was one of the reasons I didn't buy it too. I was like, I had stopped playing at that point.
You're either gonna renew your sub and buy that, or you're just gonna stop playing.
I was sort of interested, but then I was like,
50? Fuck you.
No.
Do not want. Yeah. I mean, I don't want it no matter what price it is, but hey. So, yeah. All the classes are going to get new subclasses. So, Warlock's getting something called Electrical Storm, which is an arc thing. Basically, all the elemental things they don't have, they're going to get. So, Warlock gets Arc Electrical Storm. Hunter gets Void Gravity Bow, which sounds really similar to Golden Gun. Hopefully not. And then Titans have a Flaming Hammer, which sounds cool as fuck, but also sounds like Striker's Fist of Havoc. So
yeah, it's kind of weird. Like the original, supposed rumor third things that somebody talked about a while ago, sounded more varied, if weird. And unpractical.
That's why you know it wasn't true. That's we've come to know exactly the quality Bungie puts out these days. And lazy would probably be the best word to describe it. So this is believable just because of how lazy it sounds. Although, like you were saying, if they have a hammer, they better have a fucking
or helmet.
They better have a fucking Thor helmet that adds Mjolnir or something to your as a perk named that.
Or a chest piece that looks like his old circular chest armor thing.
Yeah. They need a whole set of Thor armor.
That would be awesome.
And they could do it, they just have to not base it on the Marvel version. Thor, as you know, is thousands of years old, so it's in the public domain. Just barely. So, and then, this made me laugh. The new raid boss is going to be Oryx, the father of Crota's and raid boss Crota, but it's not Hive that you'll be fighting. It's a new class of enemies called Taken. But it's okay, well, this guy's king of the Hive, so it's going to be oh, this isn't the Hive, even though it's the same, and you're going to be fighting in the dark a lot. I really hope it's not that again, because
maybe it won't be dark.
That.
Maybe it'll be go completely opposite direction.
It'll be on the surface of the moon, on the sun. See, what would be cool for me if we got a new fucking planet. If they had a new planet, I'll be happy. A new planet would be great, like Mercury or Jupiter.
Well, there's a lot of hinting in House of Wolves leading towards that. They were talking about, at the end of it, Like the Queen talks about how her people are setting their sights beyond the asteroid belt and stuff like that, and then
Right.
I think there was one of the Grimoire cards talked about something like that too. And then at the very least, I think we'll get Mercury, but I would say Mercury and Jupiter. So that's
That
how the
would
two
be
things
cool.
kind of referenced.
I would be happy with that. And that seemed like that'd be a decent amount of content. 2 new planets for
Yeah.
$40. I mean, Jesus.
That sounds fair.
Which is why we're only going to get one planet.
Yeah.
It's going to be Mercury.
Or
Because they have already made so many assets for Mercury.
I would be accepting of one new planet and then like new separate areas on existing planets. Like there was so much shit they talked about,
like old
for Earth.
Chicago.
Yeah, and then like one of the
Or
new
Europe.
PvP maps in House of Wolves is like the European Dead Zone.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool looking too. I would totally play there.
Yep. We know how much Bungie loves to reuse assets. So take this PvP map and just stick you on it in a mission.
That was one thing that I found interesting because like I saw like a discussion on Reddit about where the actual location of the city is.
Oh, the last
And,
city?
Yeah. Like supposedly it's like a city in Nepal, like based on
Yeah.
like the mountains and stuff. But then like the Twilight Gap PvP map, the Twilight Gap is right outside the city. It's like the city perimeter. But all the buildings are the same as the ones in Russia. Although to be fair, I don't think I actually saw any Russian markings like they have in the Cosmodrome on any of the buildings, so they at least thought that far.
Yeah, well, again, reusing assets, Bungie, etc.
Yeah.
Why make new buildings when we can just reuse these? Ha ha ha! Fuckers. You'd think with all these shortcuts they take, we get more fucking content, and yet somehow they still don't make very much. Starting to sour on this new expansion. It's kind of, the missions were great, so that it first made me happy, but the Prison of Elders, it is not a raid. It is not on the par with the raid.
God, no.
And, it's just, it's lazy and uninspired. It's kind of nice a couple times, and then, like, everything, it just seems like they kind of half-ass the mechanics, or they don't work right, or they're just cheap to make it quote-unquote hard, except that it's just cheap. Like, a lot of game developers seem to not understand the difference between hard and just really cheap. I don't know.
Like part of
Vault
it
of Glass was a good hard.
I can't help but feel like part of it was because like the vast vocal majority are probably like Shade and oh fuck all these gimmicky bullshit things. We just want to shoot shit and hide behind things. They're like, you know what?
Nope.
Fuck you. Here you go.
You still can't do that in the Prison of Elders because they have all these broken-ass mechanics.
Only on the bosses.
Yeah, well, that's important. Oh, you need to shoot this guy that may or may not wander over because fuck you, and even if you do shoot him, sometimes the buff doesn't work right and you die. Why? Fuck you. That's why.
Fuck you.
Of course, we know the game is a fucking bugged-out mess half the time, so there's that. We did Vault of Glass tonight, and we wiped, what, 5 or 6 times at the part with the relic? Quit, came back, did it the first fucking time. No problems. Not a single problem.
Sounds about right.
So, whatever. Fuck you, Bungie. It was probably a bug. It wasn't even the mechanics. It was just a bug. They can't do anything without there being bugs. The hammer is going to turn into a fucking giant dildo and then explode and kill you. That'll be the bug in the new subclasses.
I'd be okay with that if it lets you slap somebody with it first. Boom.
What is this, Saints Row? Come on. Yeah, I don't. The more I play this one, the less it is impressive. It's getting to that point where it's like, what am I even fucking doing? Like, I think the most deflating part of it is all the endgame content basically involves you making previous endgame content a higher level. And I'm at this point where I'm like, why the fuck am I even doing this? Because none of the new weapons are worth a shit. All the raid weapons from before are way better than the new ones they have now. The only thing that's worth even half of a shit are those new exotics. And even then, only 2 of the 3, because that sidearm is stupid. I'm sorry. I don't see that sidearm being good enough to just not use the legendary version so you could use a good weapon. Whereas that what is basically the wire rifle. That thing is at least cool and unique, and then that shotgun sounds fucking ridiculous. That's cool too. Other than that, though,
some of the weapons would be okay with a damage type on them, which you can get. But yeah, there's the base ones are meh.
I don't see how that's going to be better than the raid weapons. None of them seem to be any better than a raid weapon. And some of the burns, like the weapons you get, are fucking absurd. The perks, like a rocket launcher that does extra damage to dregs. Are you fucking kidding me?
I got a sniper rifle with extra damage to dregs.
Like, what the fuck? These are all one-hit kill weapons with those already. Why is that even a possibility? Because everything the Bungie does is fucking random. Like, they never like sit down and think, oh, this is retarded, we probably just shouldn't troll people with it.
Even that would be like, fine, whatever, but you can't fucking re-roll them.
Right.
That's the shitty part.
That's the infuriating part. Everything that stupid fucking asshole vendor has sold has been terrible poop.
And you know what? I haven't
bought any of it. I have 3 weapon cores sitting there still.
Yeah, I would say, you know what, fuck it, let us use the weapon cores to re-roll them. Fine. Like, I don't use them for anything else.
Yeah. You use them to fucking try and gamble to get something that's not shit. And probably get scores of fusion rifles for it.
Fucking surplus because, you know, the armor cores I actually want to use once in a while.
Right, I'm going to start using those on my other characters now.
So now I have, like, extra weapon cores sitting there doing nothing.
Yep. Anyway, we don't need to talk about Destiny for 40 minutes. Suffice to say, the more I play this expansion, the less I am impressed by it. It's kind of like the opposite of Crota. Crota launched to many sighs and collective... and, you know, over time, it was like, oh, this isn't too bad.
No.
Not great. Still not great. These expansions have just not been very good. But this one started off great. You know, fun missions. Doing Prison of Elders once or twice was pretty good.
More missions,
and then week 2 came, and I was like, yeah, this sucks. So, I don't know. It's probably better than the first one, but I think over time I'm probably going to burn out a lot quicker on this. Anyway.
I'm already kind of done with it, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm getting there pretty fucking fast.
Because you played Iron Banner for a week straight.
Well, no, I'm done.
Would make you never want to play again. That would be it.
I don't want to do 35. I have no desire to do that whatsoever. The only time I want to go back into Prison of Elders is to get another armor core for my Warlock, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's just not worth. The end game seems, Even Crota, I didn't really want the weapons on Crota. It wasn't even worth the effort to go through hard for the frustration because of how fucking broken it's always been. I was just like, fuck it. I'll just wait for the next expansion and then I'll power level over it. And now that I'm not a level below the fucking content, it's kind of fun. Because playing at a level below isn't fun, Bungie. You lazy fucking assholes. But whatever. I'll probably keep playing for a little while at least, but definitely not as long as I was hooked into Crota.
Yeah, I think that's like the big thing, like with 35, like, and
it's just
same with
not
Crota.
fun.
It's like going into it with things being a level higher, sure, whatever. But you should be able to get something in it that gets you to the same level. Like that's how it worked with Vault of Glass. Like you couldn't hit 30 until you did it on hard, and then you could be 30, and then it wouldn't be so bad.
Well, you could. You could, if you played normal enough.
Well, with a helmet.
You could get an exotic helmet.
Yeah, but I mean, that was like then you were forced into. Yeah, but
I
it
know what you mean. It wasn't as trivial and retarded. And then they did this shit with Crota. Make everything 33, ha ha ha. That's not fair. It's just unfun. It's a cheap way to make the game harder. Putting you at a disadvantage isn't difficulty, it's just cheap. It's a lazy way to make something hard.
Yeah, like the new mechanics on top of that just kind of made it frustrating.
They're shitty. They're frustrating mechanics. Having to rely on, like, the fucking Vex guy, having to rely on something random walking over to you, or near you, or somewhere nearby so you can shoot it is fucking stupid. It's bad enough trying to get the sword bearer to go to the right spot on Crota. Now I gotta deal with this guy who, if you don't kill him, you're all dead. You fucking kidding me? At least the oracles always spawn in the same place in the Vault of Glass.
Yeah.
This motherfucker just goes wherever he wants. Sometimes he'll just hide behind a rock and you can never find him. That's fun. Huh. And then I guess the stupid fallen healing guy isn't too bad. It just seems kind of lame. The Hive one was fun. I liked the Hive one.
The Flores Lava guy.
Yeah, Flores Lava Man is not too bad. You just have to not be an idiot. You could avoid it, and it wasn't bad.
The only issue with that one is, like, if somebody didn't tell you what was happening, you had no fucking idea what was happening.
Well, yeah. I mean, you die a couple times, and okay.
But there's no visual representation of what the fuck is going on.
No,
it's just like, this guy's getting
Bungie
mad.
Is absolutely
now he's mad. Now he's
terrible.
Dead. Why am I dead?
I can't believe how bad they are at communicating information, and then people will fucking make excuses for them and try to say, "Oh, it's like Dark Souls." No, it's not like Dark Souls. You fucking idiots. It's just badly designed. It has terrible tooltips. Everything is a guess. Like, how much damage does my weapon do? Oh, it's 14/20ths of a fucking bar. I can't. I have no idea. I have to go online to another website to get numbers on the fucking stats because Bungie is too retarded to do it in the game. Because they want it to be casual, because I have no fucking idea why, but they have all these stats there. You can't just have all these stats there and then hide them from people. They make a difference.
I feel like if we go on much longer, we're going to have to rename this. Does this Destiny suck?
Yes, whatever. So, fucking Destiny, whatever. Let's get mad about something else. Capcom's shitting out another Mega Man collection. This one's actually kind of funny. They put these out. I bet they think everyone's going to be excited. And I watched this and I was just like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" So it's called the Mega Man Legacy Collection. Okay, and I'm a huge fan of Mega Man. Not really so much the old games, but okay. Let's just sit and think about this for a minute. They've released the Mega Man collection on the fucking PS2, Xbox, and GameCube, right? That collection had twice as much shit in it as the one they're releasing now. Granted, they only want $15, but who gives a fuck? I don't need these games. You can get them in 8 million places because it's the original 6 Mega Man games. Just the 8-bit ones. Which, I might add, is retarded because Mega Man 9 and 10 were 8-bit as well, because they did that stupid retro shit again. Which I was never a big fan of. But so they're selling this collection, and it's only got half of the original Mega Man games in it. And I am honestly just not happy.
Out of curiosity, do they have a release date for it?
Not that I can see yet.
I kind of wonder if it won't happen to coincide with the release
date of Mighty Number 9. Oh, yeah. I'm sure they're trying to take the wind out of their sails.
I feel like that's the whole point of what they're doing.
Oh, this summer. Not quite. With the digital Nintendo 3DS version following in the winter. It's just like, it's so little content. I don't like the original Mega Man games that much. They're before my time. I thought that the X series was just way better. I don't really like going back to these, so I'm already not that excited, but it's just such a lazy cash-in of a collection. Like, you could at least just re-put out the Anniversary Collection. Now, they claim they've done something to it. The Mega Man games in crisp 1080p, which, okay, well, they're still fucking 8-bit, so putting them in 1080 doesn't make them look better. Maybe smooth giant pixels? I don't know. And they've added some I've never been a person that cares about all these things they tack on, like time trials and challenges, and I just don't give a fuck. That's not content.
That's just really obnoxious.
To me, that's not real content. It's just like, play the same shit, but with the goal now. Like, that's probably why Destiny starts to frustrate people. Play the strike, except now there's a burn, and you'll probably get 10 coins for it. So, I don't know. This is just, it's so disappointing. Like, this is it. This is what we've got. It's been completely, they've been completely silent on Mega Man for I don't even know how long, and the first thing we fucking see is, oh, look, it's the first 6 games. And that's it. No, we're not going to make any new ones. We're just going to do a quick cash grab because we need some money, and you'll buy it. Ha ha ha. Capcom. Also, we found some more characters on the Marvel vs. Capcom disc. Fuck you again. Just waiting. So, I saw that today, and I watched the video, and I was just like, come on. Put some fucking effort into it. So, anyway, moving along. Also released this week, or they talked about this week, MT, there's going to be some new Smash Brothers DLC, right?
Yeah, Lucas from Earthbound will be out.
And he was in Brawl as well.
Yeah,
when's that coming out?
God, I fuck if I know.
Let's see.
I believe it's this week or next week.
6/14. Wow.
Next week.
Wow, they announced that and that shit comes out. Boom. It's pretty quick. I think it's 6/14.
That's when the direct will be to talk about it.
Yeah, no, date available 6/14. Nice. I'll buy it. Fuck it. $4. I don't care.
On a Sunday?
Yeah, I don't know. Nintendo. That's probably like Monday in Japan time.
Maybe.
What time's it at? Let's look at our handy schedule. 14th. Actually, that's not on our schedule.
What schedule are you looking at?
It's not part of E3, so what is that? They were doing a Nintendo Direct, right?
Mm-hmm.
At 3 p.m.? No, I don't know. 3 p.m. No, I don't know. Maybe that's Monday in Japan. Who knows? Okay, this is... damn it, website is just a bad... No. Never have auto-playing videos on websites. Ugh. No one likes that. Anyway, so yeah, Lucas. That's always good. The character's fun. He's kind of just a palette swap of Ness, but he was different enough that it was fun. Sort of like Falco and Fox. Other than that, I haven't seen a whole lot. I know I did just see, rather amusingly, that Heroes of the Storm game got a 6.5 on IGN. Ooh.
I just find it weird that people chose to rate it, even though it's been freely available, just whether it was a beta or not, for like months.
Did it officially release?
Yeah, but I mean, like the same thing happened with Hearthstone, and like you saw people rating that like non-stop while it was still in beta.
Although I will say, I think IGN has like the lowest review of all of them, so that's kind of odd. It's got an 86 on Metacritic. IGN's is the lowest by far. The next lowest is an 80.
We're generally receptive things about it.
Yeah, it's weird, because IGN usually overrates things, not underrates.
Maybe somebody
so weird.
Pissed them off.
Maybe. Didn't give them something they wanted. Oh yeah? You don't want to send me a review copy? Fuck you. Who knows? Other than that, I don't know. What do we think's going to happen with E3? It's coming up in like a week. Starting things kicking off this Sunday. I know we're going to see more about Doom and Fallout.
I heard somebody from Square had said that they're not going to have anything about Final Fantasy 15. It is really obnoxious.
Yeah, and Nintendo will have nothing about Zelda.
Of course.
It's also fucking annoying.
Well, maybe we'll get another video of what's his name playing Star Fox.
Giggling in the background.
I have a feeling that might be, now that you mention it, I have a feeling that might be their since they can't show Zelda, that's what they'll show instead.
Yeah.
Which I'd be okay with. I mean, I guess it depends on what the game actually is, but yeah.
I'm going to be honest, there's pretty much no way I'm buying that Star Fox game. I don't even really like games like that much.
First two are great.
Really amazing for me to want to actually play that. It's not really their fault. I just don't like that entire genre of games. Because Star Fox is kind of like a flight sim, and I just, I never got into it.
EA, I don't know if they filed. I think they filed for a trademark for the new Mirror's Edge, but hopefully means they'll be showing something at E3, which I'm looking forward to.
It's kind of late to file a trademark, huh?
Maybe they just figured out a name for it, finally.
All right, somebody whip up a fucking ad. Let's go. Maybe. That'd be good. I mean, first game was pretty fun. Yep. I didn't mind that it was short either. I don't mind short games. Although for $60, it can't be that short.
Felt really good when I beat that game because I didn't use a gun once.
I don't think I did either.
There's actually a trophy for it, so I was very happy with that.
Not bad.
That last area of the game was a bitch with no gun, though. God damn.
I don't even remember anymore. I know they're gonna have Uncharted stuff. Did you see the picture they had?
I did.
Like, plastered on the side of the convention center thing. I was like, oh man.
I had to try not to squeal like a little girl.
It's so handsome.
Yeah, they're saying this will be Nathan Drake's last adventure as well.
Oh no!
I forget the exact wording, but this is his last appearance at E3. So whatever that means.
Maybe he has a son.
Ethan Drake.
Man, they can't let those games go. I mean, I guess they're eventually probably going to make Last of Us 2, so at least they'll have that. Those games are just so fun. I especially like 2. I remember playing it, and I'd always said it's like playing a movie. It's just so fun. And not in the Metal Gear Solid way, in the holy shit constant action kind of way.
Speaking of which, they announced the Uncharted collection for PS4.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I did too.
Haha! I'll buy that. I'll buy it at a reasonable price. And that's supposed to be released October 7th in Europe and October 9th in North America. I didn't see a price, so I'm assuming it's probably $60.
Yeah, I would think so.
Just 1, 2, and 3. They're not including the Vita title. Which I think that had a bunch of weird motion and touch shit on it.
Yeah, so it was very touchpad heavy. The screen touchpad heavy.
So, yeah, whatever. They'll all be running in 1080.
I also heard it was not that good.
I heard it was fine. I don't know. Whatever.
I really hope they'll announce the release date of Uncharted 4 as this year. I really want to play that game.
I thought it got delayed to next year.
I think you might be right. But
no, the only thing I remember hearing was because they originally said it was going to be 1080p, 60 FPS, and then they were kind of like, maybe not.
Are they still working on a movie?
Possibly. I don't know. I know they had some issues there.
I just saw something on IMDb. Something with some actors casted. That's kind of important.
They're still working on the Assassin's Creed movie. I just saw a poster for that this week.
I don't see that being good.
I don't know. That's what's his name, Michael Fassbender playing the main character. So.
Oh really?
Oh,
it's got that going for it.
Huh? Really?
Something.
I'm pretty sure. I'll double check, but
I'm genuinely surprised that he would do a video game movie because I'm pretty sure everyone in Hollywood knows what a video game movie is like.
Yep, Michael Fassbender and Marion Cotillard. She was the woman in Inception.
Some halfway respectable actors that have done it before.
Oh, that's the chick that played Talia in the Batman movie.
Yeah, her too.
I know you. Huh. That's surprisingly not shitty looking. Who would have thought? All they have to do is not give it to Uwe. No one cur.
I do.
Neckbeards everywhere.
They're doing some interesting shit with that.
I don't know. I might watch a movie of it. The Warcraft universe seems perhaps interesting. I don't know.
It's based around the original.
Personally,
game, so.
I would have much rather seen StarCraft because I remember I read the movie. Cool. That's the only game. It was back in the day when they used to give you a manual that had shit in it.
Yeah,
and I read the story, and it was a lot of story in there.
Blizzard was really good with that shit too.
They always had so much background because they're giant fucking neckbeards working there, right? So you get this StarCraft box and the disc, and you get a fucking little book, and I read about it. I've already forgotten most of it, but I think the gist of it was a bunch of people left Earth to find another planet, and then got separated from Earth for ever. Split off onto different planets, and then the Zerg came, and then the Protoss came, and all their shit got fucked up. That's the Cliff Notes version. Your shit's all messed up. So anyway, yeah. I thought that was interesting. So that, I would much rather see a movie made out of that, honestly. Especially because I'm not into the medieval thing. StarCraft really was perfect because it was all futuristic and fucking cool.
Yeah, see, I'm like the opposite. I tend to avoid sci-fi stuff a lot of the time. But if it's good enough, like, I can get into it. Like, StarCraft, like, I hate RTS and I'm not big on sci-fi. And that still was like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah. So, I'm looking forward to maybe one day seeing that. I have to begrudgingly actually see the Warcraft movie so that they make enough money to want to do StarCraft. Please. Anyway, that's interesting. Movie news, man. Other than that, I don't know. What else do we think we might see at E3? We're coming up blank here.
Yep, pretty much.
It's not much left. I already got the exciting things out of the way. I don't know. Maybe Microsoft will show Halo Reach for the Master Chief Collection.
Microsoft needs to announce a Kinect buyback program. So I can sell my fucking Kinect for like $20. I don't care. Just get rid of the goddamn thing.
Halo
It's going in the
5
land,
come
so
out?
just accept it. No,
it's not out.
It's this November. I'm sure they'll show some
there'll
Halo
be
5
plenty
stuff.
about that, I'm sure, then.
Yeah, but that's boring. Who
That
gives a shit
close.
about that? I mean, and it's not, you know what I mean? Everyone
Expos
knows that's happening.
Give a shit about that. I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
I do. I'm going to buy. I'm fucking. The only reason I even have an Xbox basically is to play Halo and Sunset Overdrive. I honestly can't think of anything else. I guess if they did a Gears of War collection. Oh, and remake, just doing the first fucking game. Fuck you guys. Make them all into one package. Come on.
You can only play the new Tomb Raider on Xbox as well.
Oh, whoopity fucking do. You know what? I'm going to have Uncharted so they can go to hell.
I don't know. That first game was really good.
Yeah, well, it'll eventually come to PS4 and PC anyway. I have the first on PC, so I'd prefer to get the second on PC. But yeah, it'd be interesting if they showed off Halo Reach. I think there's a pretty good possibility. They just released ODST. They might, give us some information on Reach. I honestly don't give a flying fuck about ODST. I got it for free because I bought the Master Chief Collection and, started it once.
Give it a try. You might like it.
Yeah, I mean, when I get there. I'm still playing through. I just finished 2, so, me and my cousin are doing that. So once I get to Halo 3, ODST will be next. And then maybe by that time there'll be some solid info on Reach, because I do want to play Reach. It looks fun. I played a little bit of it when I briefly had access to a 360. Other than that, I don't know, maybe there'll be some Gears of War info.
Dishonored 2, damn it. Please. Even if you just announce it's actually happening and not show anything, that'll make me happy.
I don't know, I feel like they're hard at work on Fallout 4. They're probably not doing anything else. I don't think they generally do more than one game at a time over at Bethesda, right?
Seems like it.
I'd say give it to id, but they're working on Doom.
Well, yeah. Plus, I want whoever worked on the first Dishonored to work on the second Dishonored. Which wasn't even... Was that Bethesda proper, or was it one of their little smaller studios?
What?
I want to...
For
Dishonored.
Dishonored.
It wasn't them themselves that made that. They just published it.
Arcane Studios. See? So, maybe we could see something. Because that's not even Bethesda. It's just one of their sub-studios. Been 3 years. Yeah, if it's going to happen, now's the time.
High time for a part 2. There's more story to tell, too, from what I remember.
Still need to play that. Canceled
I
games. One of their canceled games was Half-Life 2 Episode 4. Return to Ravenholm.
I really, really, really like Dishonored.
Really?
Really. It was one of the first games that did first-person stealth in a way that was enjoyable to me.
Yeah, I haven't played through all of it, but it was very fun from what I did play. I definitely wouldn't mind seeing another one of those come out.
One of my favorite things to do, and this was in the expansion, is normally in the main game you have the ability to teleport over short distances. You can see, as far, not as far as you can see, but relatively far. And in the expansion you play as a different character, and he's a more advanced, in that their skill set. So when you pull the trigger, I think it is to aim your teleport, time stops. So you can there are these 2 or 3 guys down on this floor down below me, and I was up on a ledge, whatever. I jumped down like, and landed on one dude, stabbed him in the back of the neck, like, stopped time, teleported behind the other guy, stabbed him, and then threw a knife at that third guy or something like that. And it was like one of those moments where I just felt like really like awesome to
Like,
pull off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one was that? The Knife of Dunwall or the
Yes.
Brigmore Witches? Oh, okay.
Well, Knife of Dunwall is the first part of Brigmore Witches.
Oh,
They're
Brigmore Witches.
1 and 2.
I see. I have that. I have both of those. Probably bought them on sale. Oh, they're $10 each. That reminds me, I still need to play that Bioshock expansion. Or DLC, whatever the fuck it was. Part 1 and 2. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I can think of. I'm excited, though. I love E3 time. E3 time is fun.
It's Christmas for video game players.
It really is. And then, I mean, the best ones are always the ones where they announce all the consoles. That shit's super exciting, except Microsoft's. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with them?
It's kind of weird when I think about it to call it a Christmas for gamers when it's like,
When Christmas is still Christmas for gamers?
well, no, but like it's not really Christmas because they're announcing things that are coming later.
It's I don't know what else to call
It's the Christmas of wait a couple months and you'll get this game.
Wait for it.
Yeah. You know, whatever. It's like Christmas because of all the magic.
It's just an exciting time.
And Gaben is like Santa Claus.
Magical time.
It truly is.
Much like Tahiti is a magical place, E3 is a magical time.
Alright, well, that's a pretty fun-filled week. Honestly, a lot of good news this week. This time of year really is the best. Lots to talk about. Lots to get excited about. Batman's coming out soon.
It's gonna be good.
I can't wait. I need to look it up again. Let's see. Arkham Knight release. I start typing in the name of the game and it completes. Release date. Arkham Knight release
Like
date.
the
Yes. Thank you, Google.
something or other.
June 23rd.
Week after E3.
Oh, 2 weeks from today.
Yeah, and I don't
We're
know.
recording this,
I'm-
which is a Tuesday,
No, yeah.
technically.
And guys, I saw when I went into GameStop the other day, they're selling it at 9 p.m. on
Really?
Monday. Yep.
Nice. So I can go swing by there not too long after work then.
Yep.
Cool. Or did I get that ordered? I don't even remember anymore. Well, if you got that Gamer Club Unlock thing with Best Buy now, I wonder if Best Buy is doing the same thing, if they're going to be dicks and do the midnight release. But yeah, they have free, like, super fast shipping for the games if you have the Gamer Club Unlock thing. Which I might add, not to be like the guy that's trying to sell people things, that shit is an awesome deal. Seriously, you get 20% off every new game. I have no idea how they're supporting this, but it's fucking ingenious because I want to buy every single game now from Best Buy because it's just free money. And they give you, like, you pre-order a game and they give you, like, a coupon for $10 to go into your gift certificates and stuff. There's all kinds of shit. It's pretty awesome. Should look into it if you guys haven't.
Like I've thought about it. Like I honestly should, because other than Amazon, Best Buy is probably the place I buy most of my games from.
Right. I mean, yeah, up until now, I was buying them all on Amazon.
Although I never order them from them. Like I have to physically go there, and if I see something, I'll buy it.
Right. Like I got Mortal Kombat for $80, or I'm sorry, I got Metal Gear Solid the collector's edition, $80, $20 off that thing. That was fucking awesome. Like that made it worth it. I was like, well, all right, an extra $20 over retail, fuck it. I'll have a stupid red hand thing. I don't care. I'll beat people with it. It'll be awesome. So, yeah. Anyway, so as usual, you can find us on our website at doesthisgamesuck.com. If you found our podcast on iTunes, you can find it there, Does This Game Suck? And then our, our Facebook, Google Plus, and YouTube accounts at Does This Game Suck? And our Twitter, Does Game Suck, etc., etc. Come say hi. Tell us you actually listen to this.
Please.
Please love us. It's all we want.
Acknowledge my existence, please.
Please. So, yeah. And as always, thank you for joining us, MT.
You betcha.
And thank you for joining Scott.
Uh huh.
And we'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.